Hello guys, welcome to your own YouTube channel Tech Forest. My name is Bhavesh, trainer of this entire Sophos series. Today we will continue firewall rules topic and we will see how to create firewall rule and how to read old created rule. So let's start today's session. Today we will use our physical firewall to perform practicals because in our demo virtual machine few features are not available. Here you can see firewall option, and in our last video same option was represented by rules and policy. So don't get confused, both options are 100% same. Due to some different firmware version this name has changed, only name not feature. Okay, so let's come to the point and see how we can create new firewall rule according to our requirement. On this firewall page, click on add firewall rule. Now it's asking to create user network rule or business application rule. In the last video we saw what is the difference between user network and business application rule. Currently we are creating user network rule so that I can block social networking website as a practical. So click on this option. Here you can see many options, so let's see how we can proceed. First of all, it's asking for rule name. Here you can enter any relevant name so that you can find that rule in the future by searching the name. Here I am entering block social networking. In the description you can enter relevant details like created by, and date, and approved by means who approved this request or who approved this requirement, and any other relevant details you want to enter. So you can enter these in a description box. In the rule position you have two options, bottom and top. As we discussed in the last video, all the traffic moves from top to bottom. This is top to bottom. Here you can see we have lots of rule created. So before clicking on top, this top button, make sure about the result of your newly created rule. If you want to play safe, then select bottom, this bottom option only, because after creating rule you can drag or move it anywhere. I'll show you how. Let me finish all these settings first. I'm selecting bottom here. On the next option is asking for rule group. By default automatic is selected, and on the button you can read this message. Here we can select none, or we can select any other earlier created groups. So here I'm going to select none. On the left side it's asking purpose of this rule, means do you want to allow the traffic, do you want to drop the traffic, or do you want to reject the traffic. There is minor difference between drop and reject, don't get confused, let me explain. If you select reject option, it will discard the traffic and it will show message to end user like internet is not working, like this. And if you select drop message, then it will show warning message like this website is blocked by your administrator. So this is only a minor difference between drop and reject. Here I am selecting accept. After creating the rule, you will understand why I'm selecting this accept, because my purpose is to block social networking only. Suppose we have a HR department, and in the HR department we want to allow all the website except social networking. So in this rule we will allow permission to access all the website, but only social networking will block. So here I am accepting accept, because if I select accept only, then the traffic will pass from this rule. So let's move on a next option. Here you can see source details. Here we need to enter details of source, means from where our traffic will generate. Here if we click on add new item, we will get LAN option. Obviously our traffic will generate from LAN only, but here you can see more option like WAN, DMZ, VPN and any. Please note, here we will not touch all the point right now because you will get confused. We will see one by one all the feature in our upcoming video. Right now I am selecting LAN because I already shared my purpose for blocking social networking only, and my traffic will come from my local area network from my LAN. In the next option, source networking and devices option, we will select which devices will cover under this rule. By default, any is selected. Any means if we put this rule on the top of the all rule, then this rule will apply for all the devices, means it will allow on entire network. We are not applying this for all, so we are removing this any, and just click on add new item. Click on create new. Here you can select IP or IP range. Here I am clicking on IP range because I know, and you should also know, that on which devices you want to allow this rule. Okay, and I'm clicking on IP range. My IP range is 192.168.2 dot something something, but I want to apply this rule for 10 to but I want to apply this rule for IP 10 to 15. I'm clicking on save. Here I selected. In the next option, duration schedule time, we can set how long we want to apply this rule. Here we can set time duration. By default this rule is for all the time, but here you can set time duration. I'm keeping this for all the time. Now our source part is completed. Let's move on our destination part. In the destination zone, we want to forward our traffic to WAN. So we'll select WAN, obviously. In the destination network and services, we will set any, in the services as well any, because here we are allowing user to access any services on the internet, on the WAN obviously. On the next option we can see match known users, means it's asking on which users you want to apply this rule, but we already mentioned this thing in a source zone. Here we mentioned IP. Basically it's a part of user management. Let me show you how we manage users. We can manage users by IP, means we can assign a static IP to all computers and keep a list with us, and from the firewall we can implement access right of every IP address. Same just we did in our example, like we blocked some website for specific IPs. We have not blocked right now, we are going to block, but we have specifically selected some IPs in our this example. On the other hand, we can also manage user via captive portal. When user come to the office and if he or she required internet, so they have to log in on this page. This is a captive portal page, and we as a network admins, we will provide ID and password to every employee so that they can log in every day. Without login on this portal, internet will not work. In this case, if we want to increase or decrease access right of any user, then we will do it on his username, not on a IP. One question may come in your mind when we use IP and when we use captive portal. So answer is this option, this IP address option is good for small network only, like if we have around 100 or 150 or 200 PCs or devices in our network, so we can maintain a sheet so that we can apply all the policies on IP address. But if we are in a part of a large network, so this IP address management will not work sufficiently, so we have to follow this captive portal. Here we will use DHCP. So in the identity, this match known user, we will not check this box. Next option is scanning web malware and content. We can check these boxes as of now, and in our upcoming video we will see functionality of these filters, this web malware and content filter, and we will also see how we can create this captive portal and how we manage users access right. We will see also, we will not touch this netting rule, netting and routing rule, because you will get confused. Also it's a lengthy topic, we cannot conclude all the topic in a single video, so we are not touching this. By default you can see this option is unable, we are not making any changes right now. But one thing I am explaining right now, here you can see primary gateway. If I click on this option, here I can see I have 4 ISP. I can select anyone according to my preference. If I select primary one, another option is highlighting asking for a backup gateway. I can select any ISP as a backup. One, in case if the primary goes down, in case of link down, automatically backup link will work. We have one another option called load balancing. We can select this option. In that case, firewall will automatically balance all the load according to the bandwidth of internet. Here we have option of synchronized security. Basically, Sophos also sell one product, one antivirus product for endpoint like CPU or laptop. Once we install that endpoint security on a laptop, it sends a heartbeat in a frequent interval. So here we are setting, means it's not a part of firewall training. We can skip this, but it's not a lengthy topic, so I am concluding this right now. Uh, Once we configured this endpoint Sophos endpoint security on laptop as an antivirus, you can say, we can set when firewall will terminate the connection. Suppose if if any user is available online and somehow its Sophos antivirus is not working, and maybe its laptop is infected from viruses and can spread viruses on the network. So here we have option that we can restrict this particular client if heartbeat is not coming. And here we can set whether if the antivirus is showing a green icon, so can communicate, or yellow or no restriction, anything we can set here. This is all we can discuss right now. So we are not doing anything on this option. On the left side you can see it's asking for intrusion prevention. We will discuss it. Intrusion prevention, we are keeping it none. Once we will able to know what is IPS IDS, that time we will able to understand, means in our upcoming videos. Here it's asking for traffic shaping policy. In this option we can select a limited bandwidth. Suppose here I have mentioned 5 users of HR department, and I want they cannot consume more than 5 Mbps of speed. So we can set a QoS policy here. We will see later how we can set this. Now the main point comes a web policy. Here none is selected. Suppose if I save this policy right now, traffic will come, this 5 user traffic will come from this rule, but it will not block anything. All the previous setting we have done till now is only for bringing the traffic from this rule, not for blocking anything. Here in the web policy we are now going to block something. So if I click on this, we have an option called create new. Here I'm just giving a name, okay, and a description, anything. Here it's saying that by default is action is accepted. If I click on add rule, it's saying user, anybody. We will not make any changes because already we have defined who will be the users. It's saying all web traffic action is blocked. We are allowing this HTTP and allowing this HTTPS traffic. Now we have allowed everything, but we want to block something. Now I'm clicking on adding rule. Here I'm going on this option, removing all web traffic, add new item. Here I can select social networking. See, by default there are few categories like social networking and e-commerce, pornography, cartoon, and entertainment. Lots of categories are already available. We can directly block. Suppose we are not blocking specifically Facebook or specifically Twitter. Here we are selecting a category social networking and applying this option. Suppose if we want to block Facebook only, not social complete social networking, then we have to do by going on this web server. On the left side you can see this web server. Once we will discuss web server, we will see how we can specifically block a website. So here you can see what is the action. Action is accepted. No, we want to block. We also want to block HTTPS traffic. So if you remember, I told you that if we put any rule on a bottom, we can drag and put it on top. So here we can do it. It's very simple. We are just moving our cursor there and just putting it on top. Okay. So what is the meaning of this rule? Meaning is if those five users traffic come on this rule, then firewall will check what is the web policy is apply. Then firewall will check, okay, if user is asking for social networking, then action is block. And we also turn on this status and this one as well. Suppose user is trying to open amazon.com, then firewall will check, okay, it's about social networking, not for amazon.com. Just move on a next rule. The request will go on another rule, means this rule. Then it will check, okay, amazon.com, okay, it's asking for all website traffic and this is allowed. So what firewall will do? Firewall will allow amazon.com, but it will block facebook.com because it will fall on this category. So here we have some advanced option. We will cover this option when we will talk about web server. Right now I am clicking on save. So here you can see our web filtering policy is applied on this rule, and in this application control we can also block a specific application. Suppose we can block WhatsApp web, or if you want to block a Skype, so any application, so we can do it by this option. But we will cover this when we will talk about application control. So in this video we have covered how we can create a firewall rule, how we can bring specific traffic from specific computer on the particular rule, how we can block website like social networking. We have many other point which we have not discussed right now, like how to create a captive portal, what is the meaning of NAT and routing, how we can manage IPS, how we can manage application control. We cannot discuss this right now because firstly you have to understand the exact concept of this point. When we will discuss about web server, application control and all the thing, then after this discussion you will be able to understand how we can apply these policy on particular rule. So this is not a right time to discuss, so we will see all these points in our upcoming video. And if you are really liking my work, my effort, so as a appreciation, don't forget to subscribe this channel and share your comment if you want me to create a specific video on specific topic. So see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.